This is the Artist Entrepreneur Podcast. We are your hosts, Amanda Ritchie, Noah Dock, and me, Carrie Wee. We're three artists brought together by the love of circus and dance. Amanda from the world of Cirque du Soleil as an aerial soloist. Noah, our academic, and me from the commercial dance world. This is one of the greatest jobs in the world, but it comes with uncertainty. Each episode contains insight on how to pursue art-based businesses. We'll have a variety of guests and have lively weekly Discord. Tune in every week to hear our perspectives on the minefield that is the artist's way of life.
My name is Maddison Violet, and I am the founder, owner, operator of Violet Acres. I'm a professional winemaker. I am also a wife, an animal lover, and on a personal growth journey right now, doing some podcasts, getting myself out there. I'm also located in British Columbia, Canada, in the beautiful Okanagan Valley.
As Bad Bunny calls Canada. Wait, how did he say it?
Yes.
How did he say it? Because the internet is ablaze.
Yeah.
Canada, or something like that. Like every single Canadian is on Instagram.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Blushing
so funny.
With pride.
Yes.
I love it. Okay, so first of all, Maddison, Violet. Oh, that's so nice. Is that a stage name or is that your actual name?
No, that's my actual name.
Oh my God, how useful is that your actual name is really beautiful like that? So I myself am a wine lover. I am not a wine connoisseur by any stretch of the word. What got you into do you actually make the wine yourself?
I actually make the wine myself, yes. It's been a interesting journey for sure. I never thought I would actually be here or be making the wine. I started out in like the bar scene, like classic 21 years old, just being a bar back, slinging drinks. And I didn't know that there's so much to food and beverage. So that kind of opened up the sommelier side, and then it led me to pursue working at a winery, and then that led to the vineyard, tasting room, cellar, kind of one thing after another. And then I settled on learning how to make it as well.
Okay, so you're a sommelier somewhere in there.
Yes.
Okay, I feel like that might be, oh my God. So I'm an aerialist. I don't know if you know that. Yes. And I kind of think being a sommelier would be like kind of the same thing as me. Like does the magic leave because you know the nuts and bolts so much?
I don't think so. Like maybe sometimes. Sometimes.
Like when you're having a glass, are you enjoying it? Or are you thinking of all the properties and the tastes and the notes and?
Oh yeah, you definitely never escape that part.
I feel like in a different life, I was a sommelier because I'm so into wine. So you know a lot about wine.
I like to think so. You kind of never can learn all of it though, but I do like to think I know at least something.
Okay. And when you got to the point where you were like, I want to work at a vineyard, did you want to work at a vineyard or did that kind of just happen?
It just kind of happened. I was working in the tasting room and they just needed extra help in the vineyard a few days a week. And I was only part-time in the tasting room. So I was like, sure, I'll take some more hours.
Okay, cool. All right. So first of all, how did you learn how to make wine?
Very experience-based. I did take a winemaking certificate at UC Davis, so that definitely helped. I had to increase my chemistry understanding for sure. Other than that, though, been lucky enough to just get jobs and work with great winemakers, work under great winemakers, just a lot of experience-based, and then eventually started making it myself.
Okay, so for dummies, tell us how you make wine. What is the process?
Okay, so you're going to take grapes, and you're going to crush the grapes. And then you're going to put yeast in there as well. And you want it to be warm, like at least like 14, 16 degrees. And then it will ferment for a few weeks and it's wine.
Wow. So what is it about the artistry of it that changes it? Like, how would you feel like you are an artist with it?
I think it's the freedom to be creative. So you can have the same grapes and it will always turn out something different. And you could have a group of winemakers that all have the same product, but all their products will be slightly different because you're able to put your own personal twist on it. There's so many factors: what temperature you ferment wine at, how long you ferment it for. Do you want it dry? Do you want it sweet? Are you co-fermenting it with something? And then it comes to the aging process. Filtering, how well do you want to filter? Do you want to really filter it? Do you want to leave it completely natural? There's so many different ways to tweak it. So I think it's when it comes down to like the individual style that the winemaker can reflect in it. I think is the beautiful part about the wine.
Okay, and the wines that you have there on the shelf behind you and the ones that you are in your tasting room right now, how long did it take you to tweak those down to what you wanted it to be?
Like 6 to 8 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you just tasting and then you wait 4 months or wait 4 weeks and you're tasting again? Like,
yes, pretty much. Yeah, it depends. So like you're tasting like just about every day during the fermentation process. And then when it comes to aging and filtering, you're just tasting all the time. It's fun. We actually have some wine in barrel right now that we were just tasting yesterday, and we're like, we should probably wait, and this will go until like September probably. You're just tasting all the time. It's just, and then once it tastes good though, I mean, it still tastes good now, but like once it hits that, like, I don't know, like the trifecta, boom, immediately bottle it.
Got it. So you're like, how long does a really good wine take to mature?
It can take up to years depending on how long you want to age it for. Some wines age in barrel for 18 months. We have some that are going on 12 months right now, and they're probably going to go until 18, 22 months.
Maddison, do you have children yet?
We don't have children yet, but we do have animals though, and a lot of them.
Okay. And they seem to disturb podcasts as well sometimes, maybe.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Okay. I know my cat was up here earlier. I'm like, oh my God, stop showing your butt to the camera. Rude.
Oh, rude. Okay. So when it comes to, I'm curious about the business side.
Absolutely.
So what is it like to start a business? What is it like to start a wine business? What are the first challenges that came to you?
Trying to, I think, figure out what exactly we wanted to do, like what our identity was going to be as a winery, because there's so many ways you can go with it. You can be like really like elite and fancy. There's certain connotations that come with a winery that like, it's like you can be very bougie. We wanted to be more of like a farm, more casual, kind of highlight that aspect of winemaking. At the end of the day, it still is farming. And I think some wineries are just like they're so done up and so beautiful. But I think we forget sometimes that it actually is like farming and we're all covered in dirt picking our grapes.
Yeah. So branding.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're trying to figure out your branding. And so you do that through many, many ways, right? What was your process of branding your winery?
Lots of visiting other wineries to see what they were doing, how they were doing it. Lots of drinking wine, reaching out to people, kind of seeing if there were like any gaps in the market, if we were missing some kind of niche that we could put ourselves into.
Okay. Did you find a niche for yourself?
We did find a niche. We found a honey wine niche, or it's called mead.
Oh, okay. Got it. So it's for a particular type of wine drinker.
Yes. So we started with that, and then that led us to having this cute little niche that we really found a very good supportive community with. And then we started to branch into grape wine, and then we also do non-alcoholic wine right now too.
Okay. Does it taste like wine?
It actually does taste like wine. Ours does taste like wine. Yeah.
Oh my God. I might have to try that. Okay. Maddison, so when it comes to building your brand, so you created a label somehow, you created fonts, you built a website, you have social media, I'm assuming. Are you doing all this yourself?
I am, with the help of friends and family and my husband, but we definitely do everything in-house between the two of us.
Okay, so what would you say is your like the pie, if you have a pie, what is your split between your craft that you do and marketing your product?
Oh God, like an 80-20, unfortunately for marketing. I feel like you're always marketing. You're like, we're always representing our business in some way.
Wait, which way? 80, which way?
80 marketing.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
a marketing problem. It's always a marketing problem
oh,
after your
yeah.
product is done.
It's right. It's like winemaking sounds like a really dreamy romantic job, but it's like a lot of paperwork and it's a lot of emails and it's a lot of online. We do eventually get into the cellar where it starts to turn into fun, but it's yeah, it's the marketing is huge. We definitely underestimated just how important it was. And it's we know that we're going to be here for the long term. Like we're only in our fourth year, so like we're here to build like a 30-year legacy, and it'll eventually speak for itself. But man, it's slow growing in that aspect.
Okay, so what is the distribution strategy? Like, is the idea to get into particular grocery stores? Like, how does it work for your type of product to get distribution?
So before we've mostly been focusing on direct to consumer actually. And then we just last year, we started to branch into wholesale clients. So there's only select grocery stores out here in Canada that can actually carry liquor products. That's slightly different from the US, which is very
Okay.
unfortunate. And then there are about 4 to 5 big conglomerate wineries that like have so much of the market share. So it's hard to tap into those markets. That's definitely something that we have underestimated. We've been trying for 16 months now to get into like one big chain liquor store that like it once we get it, it will be
Yeah.
amazing. But
Yeah.
like, wow, is it hard to actually get into? Other than that, we love to work with like smaller liquor stores. We love like owner operated stores because obviously they can relate to what we are
Yes.
doing at the same time as well. Yeah. So try to, yeah.
Okay, so it's real hard to get into those big box stores. And you said you were getting some people. So basically, like, you could go to a restaurant and have them buy from you directly.
Yes.
You're having success with that?
We have one restaurant right now. Again, because we are owner operator, we do like small lot wines. Our wine isn't crazy expensive, but I have actually had restaurants be like, you're 15 cents higher an ounce, and we just can't do that. And it's like, you have like a 400% markup on this glass of wine. Like,
Yeah.
okay, all right. It's and it's a big relationship game as well too. It's so.
Oh my God, it's such a relationship game with any business.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've felt, you said this business has been open for how many years now?
4 years. Well,
4
we're
years.
entering our fourth year now.
Does it resonate with you, the number 10 years to really get your brand out there? Do you feel like that's how long it will take to have kind of like that saturation?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe like an 8 to 10. Like we definitely see steady growth year after year. We have like good returning customers. So it's just a matter of building off of that. We've tried like every other different way to possibly market the winery. And I think we've dialed in on what's effective and what's not. But for sure, it'll be an 8 to 10 year journey before we're like a household name.
Yeah, I mean, I think for any brand within any like field, like it's, if it's a micro field like mine, like Ariel Silks, around the world, like we kind of know who the big players are, and then I think it does take 8-10 years to be in that, but I'm coming up into that space right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it feels like it takes forever. But then once you're there, you're like, oh, it was worth it because I kind of have amnesia about how hard this was.
Yeah, we definitely, even looking back, like just in these last few years, it's like, I don't even know if I would recognize myself from the first years or like the first like business plan that we put together and like what we thought we were going to do to like how it's changed now. We're constantly changing every year. We try and listen to our customers a lot. So we're always in the tasting room. So we hear their feedback. We hear what wines they're looking for, and we take that into consideration and change a lot.
Okay, so do you guys have a subscription model right now?
We don't. I did try it the first year, and it's like running like a whole other separate business is running a wine club. So now that we are kind of more established in terms of our system and operating, I'm going to be focusing back on it.
Because how many different wines do you have to be making for that to make sense? to have a wine
We
club?
have about 15 wines at any time. So like we do have a decent amount. Yeah. So like we can easily fill a case once or twice a year. No problem. We were doing it as just just one case of wine, granted you a membership. So you got like some cool discounts and like a birthday flight, things like that. But it's a whole other game of managing that as well too.
Well, I know a bunch of I feel like I know a bunch of people who have a little bit of, cushion financially, and they're always looking for cool niche wine. You know what I'm saying? And they don't know anything about, which is why it's great that you're on podcasts, because there are those people who are like, well, I'm just looking for something special. And I don't know about all y'all out there, but I go to my local wine store and I have to ask the person, I have to ask the person that's working there what they think. And, and sometimes they know a lot about the wineries and sometimes they don't. So, it's like you got to hook into those different audiences, obviously.
Yeah, that's the tough thing with wine is people I myself am guilty of it as well. I won't go onto a website and order wine from a place that I've never heard of. Just going into a liquor store, it's I'll maybe gamble on a $20 bottle. But yeah, I'm asking the staff that I trust, have they given me a good referral in the past? It's really tough. People are picky about their wine and as they should be.
Yeah, it's almost like being an art gallery in a way, even though that's a higher price point, because
absolutely.
The same person I'm talking about, my sister. So she lives in DC. They're very power couple-y. My sister's the CEO of a company. Her husband is an attorney. They're that family. And she found an artist who owns a gallery who basically she's bought every single piece of art in her house by this one person.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah. And it's gorgeous. And it doesn't look cookie cutter. It doesn't look like she got it off at IKEA, and framed it and made it look like something on her wall. It's truly unique. And I feel like Maddison needs the rich people, but it's okay. We can enjoy your wine too. What's your price point on your wine?
Once you get the customers, they trust you.
Yes.
Getting them to get that trust first, and that's what we're working on building on for sure.
Yeah. What's your price point retail?
We're anywhere from $15 to $35 Canadian.
Okay. Talk about that trust, because for me, for example, I want to call this my 1.5 career, because my first career was just dance. And through that time, I was a writer as well. And then now I'm an aerialist and now I'm a podcaster, kind of all shifted, kind of blended in. And so I can build a resume for myself. For example, I'm a professional teacher and I'm teaching workshops. And once I am able to tell one school that I worked at the 3 schools beforehand, because those schools have names, then that creates legitimacy for me. And then it's not so hard to get my foot in a door, even though they've not heard my name. Is there something kind of like that for you? But it's different, right? Because it's
in terms of me getting a job, no problem. But no,
right. I'm talking about the wine. I'm talking about that. Yes.
It's tough because we're brand new. I mean, we've done really well in wine competitions since the very beginning. We've been getting
so that's resume-ish.
That definitely helps. This placed all of these medals, things like that. But no, it's not as easy for sure.
Okay, so I'm just trying to think about that strategy as a wine person. So if people do feel like they trust a competition, are you trying to find competitions for your wine all the time?
We are, yes. We enter at least 5 to 6 a year. Certain people are diehard on competition. They will only it's got to be above 90 points. Oh, it's got to be a gold medal. What is it? James Suckling has to rate this wine, and then I will take his word for it.
Yeah. Okay. So you basically find it, you send your wines off and you cross your fingers?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, at least it's not that much work.
It's no, that's the nice part. And then, and certain competitions or wines do better. And sometimes it depends on who it is that's judging it as well too.
And do relationships really matter in those particular situations? For example, I just judged a competition last 2 weeks ago. And I got that position because of my resume. And then also the people that I'm judging, I might have a relationship. And the thing is that you're trying to be
you're trying to be fair, but if you have a relationship with some of the people and not the others, you're going to see their progress. You just have a depth of knowledge about their product, meaning for us, their performance.
Yeah, so wine competitions are all done blind to eliminate.
Oh,
yes.
See? That makes sense.
Yes, it's just like rooms full of people and paper bags covering bottles and glasses full of different color stuff. Yep, and then they sit there and they write all their notes out and then they tally it all up at the end of the day.
So relationships don't help in that sense, but they help in what other senses to you? Like in the like, what's the most important ways relationships?
Definitely having relationships with other wineries for like word of mouth. Because like when guests come in, they're like, "Oh, cool, I love your wine. Where's somewhere else I can go tasting?" So we do a lot of sharing back and forth with customers that way. With some local wineries out here, we recommend each other. Word of mouth, just making sure that the customers are having a good experience. Like when you do an event, commit to what you're doing in that event. I've been to some events where they've only done half the things that they advertised and stuff like that. So we always try to make sure that we're staying consistent over anything.
Okay. Okay. Being an entrepreneur takes a lot of bravery. Do you think you had a lot of that before? Or like, what made you like have enough like cojones basically?
My husband is like the biggest hype man ever. Like, there's like nothing that he thinks that I cannot do. Even if it's something I have never done, he's like, "You are going to be the best. You're going to take all my money. You are going to kill it. I know it. You're going to be the best." I'm like, "Oh my God." Okay. No. So that's been wonderful having that. I think not before, like, it's like classic story, it's like working for all these big wineries and these big names. And it's like, oh my gosh, I can do it better. Like, don't you know you're like overstaffed right now? And then you like do it and you're like, ooh, that was really humbling. Yeah, maybe a little bit of stubbornness in there.
Yeah. I mean, does it ever make you, me and Noah, Noah and Amanda and I, we're the hosts of this podcast, and we talk about all the time how like we go from feast to famine. Like I just took a full-time job recently, and one of my co-hosts just left a part-time job, because it's just like it doesn't leave time for your business, but then you have no money to put into the business.
No, absolutely. Yes. Yeah. No, it's huge feast or famine. Sometimes we have like $40,000 months. Other times it's like 10K that comes in. It depends on the year. We're so seasonal as well too. So it depends on the tourist industry as well. We had one year where actually we had a major rock slide and it like completely cut out one of the main highways to get to us. So that was like a big bummer. Yeah. We're also in like a big fire risk zone. So there is like all of Kelowna caught on fire. So that was really bad because like you couldn't even like stay in the hotels. People were getting kicked out of the hotels. So all the local residents could stay there because everyone's on evacuation. So there's definitely things that are out of our control that we can't. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but no, it is. Yeah. Feast or famine. Absolutely. And you just got to pivot. You have to keep adapting. It's non-alcoholic wine started to become really trendy. And we're like, cool, we're going to take our wine. We're going to remove the alcohol and we're going to sell it.
Yeah, I mean, there has been a shift in alcohol intake in America, at least. Apparently, it's going down amongst Gen Z.
Yes, definitely. The younger people. Yes.
Which is so interesting because I feel like my alcohol consumption is going up as I get older, but that's because I'm a parent now, so here we go. But I don't know, or I just love wine because I don't drink much more than that. It's just like, that's just my choice. I love it. I love a glass at night before I go to sleep.
No, literally. It's just even yesterday, my husband brought me a glass of rosé. I was like, oh no, like I'm not drinking right now. But I was like, but I would have red wine. Red wine doesn't count. It's like therapeutic. Okay. Like
do you guys have Trader Joe's over there in Canada?
No, I wish.
You hear all about it though, I'm sure, if you're in the hospitality business. Yeah. So we just went today because they put a Trader Joe's. I'm in San Antonio now. And when I moved to Texas, I was so scared there was not going to be any Trader Joe's. There are 3 Trader Joe's in all of San Antonio. And there is mochi cake. Yeah. And they brought back this thing called mochi cake. It's a box cake, but it's like a Hawaiian mochi cake. It's like, rice flour. Yeah. Like It is so delicious. We just cooked it this afternoon, and then we've been munching on it. But like, I got all my snacks that I like to have with my glass of wine.
We could have the mochi cake.
Yeah,
And
they
you
have
have
like
to have a glass of wine now.
yeah. Well, I mean, I wasn't going to tonight, but who knows now that I've had this conversation. So do you ever have moments where you're like, oh man, I shouldn't have done this. I should have stayed working at a regular job because then I just show up and get paid.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes. Yeah, it happens more often than not. I think that's just like the real part of having business where, yeah, some days are good and some days are bad. And some days you cry a lot and some days it's like the happiest day of your entire life. And some days you don't work too much, kind of ish. Other days you're working your like 16-hour days. Like it's kind of all over the place. But for sure, sometimes I'm like, oh, I could just be collecting a paycheck every 2 weeks and not worrying about anything when I go home, like not having any outside work with me. We also live on the same property that we do have the winery at. So it's very hard for us to not engage all the time with our business. We are practicing boundaries this year. We're working on it, but no, it is tough. But I think that's the real side of business.
It's the real side of it. So when it comes to the equipment that you had to purchase, like what would you estimate was your like front end cost on, or close to it, on what you had to buy to like get this thing off the ground? Or was it over time?
It was a lot over time. We bought a lot of equipment from like other wineries going under, or like wineries upgrading. So like we've actually bought equipment that we've actually never even used yet, but like we know we will need that in a few years. And it was just such a good discounted price that it's like, okay. We'll do that now. I don't know if we should have done that because we have like there's at least $30,000 in equipment that like we're not actively using, but like one day we will. But like we're so like over prepared, I guess, which made me.
Are you saying when you guys scale the business, when like you're selling so much wine, you need that stuff?
Yes. Got
it.
Yeah.
Extra barrels, extra.
Exactly. Things
more.
like that. Yeah.
Okay. So question, if somebody were to start a winery today with knowledge, but not a lot of the equipment, what would they need to start it?
You would need tanks. For sure. Although you can also ferment in plastic. You need some kind of vessel that you can ferment your product in. But we didn't have a press for the longest time. A body weight you can actually use to press grapes. It's actually one of the best things that you can do. That's like where like the Italians with like their
stepping through it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So that you can do. So that you just got to crush your fruit. Then you just need a vessel for it for ferment in. So you just something to hold your grapes and your juice. Yeast is fairly cheap. It kind of comes down to the filtering. So you need a way to temperature control. Some wineries out here, because we are in the northern side, they will actually take their tanks and they will put them outside because it will make all of the yeast and the lees drop down. And they will just use the natural cold of the winter to do it. So I usually don't associate cold weather with winemaking. Is that just so sophomoric of me to think that? No, we are actually one of the most northern wine regions. It's between the 30th and 50th parallel is actually like the prime wine regions. So, and we're past the 50th. So depending on where you are. So we are very north. But there are a lot of northern climates that do grapes well. It's just a different style. So there's like California, which is like your big, bold, juicy, jammy reds. We don't get that out here. It's very hard because we don't have the proper growing season. Our grapes can't get there. So we have to do more like cool climates. So like you have like higher acidity, like Riesling grows really well out here. We do Gewürztraminer, we do Chardonnay. Pinot Gris actually is one of the most planted grapes out here.
Okay, I've never had. Do you have what's the first one you just said?
Riesling?
A Riesling. Is all Riesling? No, there's a dry Riesling. It doesn't have to be super sweet, right?
No, it doesn't have to be sweet. Yeah, no, it can be dry.
Oh my God, I'm so excited about this.
No, like there is so much that you can learn with wine. Even like if you're to pick like one country and like study it for the rest of your life, I don't even know if you would ever fully know everything. Like Italy alone has over 200 native varietals that's different from like your classic ones that you find at the store, like your Syrah and your Cab Franc and your Cab Sauv and Chardonnay. Like there's a lot of grapes that people recognize. And then there's thousands of grapes that are being used in winemaking that people can't recognize or won't recognize. So you could study it forever.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so what would it take to scale your business? Is it a question of marketing? Is it a question of investment of money?
I mean, I guess a little bit. They kind of go hand in hand, right? Because like you can throw so much money at marketing, but if you're not investing in the right way to market, then you're just kind of wasting your money.
Yeah.
So it really comes down to that image, the branding, what you're doing, and how you're getting it out there.
Okay, and do the old ways still have traction? Food and Wine magazine, stuff like that. Does that still have traction
have
today?
Actually been fantastic for us. Yes. And then in terms of like trying to get into new locations, it is old school. You are showing up. Yeah. They will not answer emails if they do not know you. Getting someone on the phone is really, really hard. As you are like having to constantly physically show up and be begging these people to take your wine and to try the wine and then to bring it in. So that's a very old school game, I find, because like everything is so digital these days. Everything is so online. Like just answer my email, and I can't be everywhere all at once. I'm trying to run the winery.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's if you had a big staff, I guess that's where money equals scaling. Because if you had a rep that would go to every single restaurant in your area, I mean, where you live, like what would you compare an American city size-wise to where you are?
Oh gosh, we're like 10,000 people. So like something very small. Like what's San Antonio? San Antonio is probably
listen, province. I only found out this when I moved here. It's the 7th largest city in America.
Oh my gosh.
I know it's big. It's growing. It's growing at a very fast rate. Like there's construction everywhere. It's kind of annoying, but it's like it's growing out of its structure, out of its infrastructure. Like it's outgrowing its infrastructure. So it's tiny. So your town is tiny. So that offers challenges and some perks, I'm assuming, because does it feel like a small town vibe?
It does feel like a small town vibe. It's very safe. Everyone knows everyone's on like a first name basis out here. Everyone like talks to you on like the sidewalk and stuff. So like, it's very charming. It's very cute. Like it's something out of like a Hallmark movie. But it does come with its challenges. One, it's a heavy relationship game. And you're constantly traveling to get to the bigger cities to try and like get in, to break down those doors. And when you're not constantly like we're not driving 4 hours away constantly just be supporting these restaurants that we would love our product to be in. We try, but it's tough, right? If we were in more of like a metropolis area, I think it would be a bit easier. And then people would also recognize the brand a little bit more as well too.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand how that would be really like a frustrating like hill to go over at the beginning, because you could technically be in every restaurant in the world. You don't have to be close to it, but to gain that relationship, it's hard to do it without that closeness at the beginning.
It's definitely a slow game on that, but we're getting there though. So we're now in 32 locations. That's what we expanded last year. Yeah. So I hope to do another 30 locations this year, at a bare minimum. So it's looking out promising so far.
So when you say locations, you're talking liquor store, restaurant, bar, all the above.
anything that'll serve my product. With the non-alcoholic wine, we have a lot more flexibility with that. Like we're in some flower shops, like little like knickknack stores and stuff. We're in some like boutique stores. So just kind of really anyone, and actually no, I say anyone, but like we got into Walmart. Walmart was fantastic.
That's great.
They're like a big volume player, but the relationship is not there. You're kind of like a number to them. Yeah. Whereas I really do like working with the owner operator stores. I love working with the small, like where I'm actually talking to someone who does actually care.
Yeah. Can you ship to anywhere?
We can only ship within Canada right now. We are working on our FDA approval though, so we can ship down into the States.
Okay. Well, when that happens, let me know, because I can start sending this wine to my friends for Christmas and stuff.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Would love to support, because it's not like I have a relationship with other wineries. I don't yet, because, wine, I don't have a huge Rolodex of wine makers in my life. I have a huge Rolodex of circus performers and dancers and directors.
Hey, that's cool, though. You don't hear that every day.
Yeah, but this is my field, and you're in your field, and they're totally separate. So, oh my goodness, I love this. I feel like this type of entrepreneurship, there's just so many parallels to what we do. First and foremost, it being a marketing problem. As soon as you get your product already done, everything turns into a marketing problem. Like every single,
yes,
to sell more of it, whatever the product is.
Someone told me, they're like, oh, do you have a business? And it's like, yes. It's like, do you have product? It's like, yes. And it's like, are you selling that product? It's like, oh, that's what we're working on. They're like, that's not a business. You just have product. I'm like, oh.
Well, I might disagree with that, but I'm excited to see you guys grow. And I hope our platform helps a little bit with that. If we can help at all, I'll be happy with that.
Absolutely. So. Yeah, it's all about, hey, the more hands you shake, the more money you make, right? So it's all about getting out there. It's and I know that you're in the States, but we have so many American visitors that come up to our winery, so that's fantastic. We have lots of like cross Canada people that come to visit us as well too. So we actually have space for RVs on the property, so we get a lot of people coming to actually stay with us for the weekend as well too.
Lovely, that's amazing. And recently, I've been noticing on my statistics, like on the analytics, that we've got some random we've got people in the Netherlands listening to this, in Japan,
so cool.
India. I'm like, oh my God, how are you guys finding my podcast?
Wow,
this is great.
That's so exciting. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you just never know who you're going to talk to and who it's going to reach. Yeah,
absolutely. Canada!
Yeah.
Bad Bunny. Just
You're so funny.
Canada!
Love Canada.
No, but Bad Bunny said it in his accent. It was so good.
Oh, I know. It was so good.
It was so good. Okay, Maddison, thanks so much. We'll put a link there to find you if people want to come find your wine, or maybe take a trip up to Canada and find you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it, and I love meeting you.
Oh, thank you so much. This was so much fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for tuning in. You can find Amanda Ritchie at Grounded in Flight on Instagram, and add Noah Doc on Instagram, as well as Red Flags app. And me, Carrie Wee, you can find at wrapyourheadaroundsilks.com. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. We have so much more coming at you, including guests that are in this art world, that are blazing their way through new businesses, and just more banter from us. Thank you for listening. This is The Artist Entrepreneur.